What's up, guys? Phillips POV. I'm back here with part 4 of rebuilding my BMW E90. Today, for the first part of the video, we are actually going to be filling the car up with coolant, and we're going to be trying to start it just to make sure there's no leaks, make sure there's no other issues. So first, what we have to do is take this cover off, put the coolant in, get the battery connected, and then we are ready to start up the car. And I'm going to show you guys a few things that might show up on your dash from the battery being turned off, but I'll also show you how to get rid of them. So yeah, let's get into it. So as you guys can see, we got some parts in here. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna reconnect the negative terminal of the battery right here. So I'm gonna set you guys up so you can watch that. All right, guys, so now you guys saw that we put the battery on again and the car now has power. But what we're gonna do before we even try to start up the car at all is we're gonna be clearing the codes. So what I'm gonna do is I brought my BMW computer here. I'm gonna open Ista. We are going to clear the codes. So yeah, we're just opening up the program right now. Alright, so now that we have Ista D, the BMW computer here open, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring my key close to my car because I have keyless entry. And we're just going to click the start button twice. Make sure you don't hit the brake pedal. We don't want the car to start. We just want to read out the codes. So we're going to go here to operations now, as you guys can see, and then hit read vehicle data. Complete identification. You guys will see the process it's about to go through. Might be a little bit slow, but you guys will see it's about to read out the car. It's gonna find all the information on the car, the engine, everything, and then it's gonna show us all the codes. Probably gonna look very bad, but we will see. All right, there it goes. 32 fault code, 36 fault code. You guys can see the fault memory there at the left. 36. Red means no communication with the module or the computer. Yellow means there's an issue with it, and then green is it's okay. Usually you want everything in this little Christmas tree to be green, but as you guys can see, it's not. We're about to see what kind of codes we get here in a moment. All right, so just loaded up 38 fault codes. And if you hit display fault code right here, fault memory, you will see the control unit tree, which is as they call it. So we have no communication possible with a bunch of stuff, intake pipe pressure, charging pressure, blow off valve, jam closed, valvetronic, catalytic converter, EGS, vehicle low voltage, steering angle sensor, under voltage. Just a bunch of codes that happened. All right, now we're gonna delete the codes, delete fault memory. We're gonna see, usually you don't want any to be left, but there may or may not be some left. We're just gonna have to see. Wow, look at the green Christmas tree we got. Looks like there's still 2 fault codes, which FRM is most likely gonna be the headlights. So that is the headlight, as you guys can see. Now we're just gonna turn off the computer and we're gonna be able to start the car and make sure we can get the air out of the coolant over there, and we're just gonna see whether it starts, if any issues come up. Hopefully nothing's leaking. You guys will hear how loud it is, especially here in the carport. It's gonna be very loud, but yeah, we can disconnect the computer now. I'm actually not gonna close Ista. That way, if needed, I can use it again, but we're just gonna disconnect it now. Or we can turn off the power first, then we can disconnect this. All right, so in order to bleed your coolant, get all the air out, what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your car, you're gonna click the button twice. You don't wanna hold the brake, you don't wanna start the car. And now you're gonna turn your heat to the highest temperature and you're gonna put it on the lowest setting. As you guys can see, it's just on 1 right there. So make sure you left your cap open, just like I did. I left cap right there. You're gonna hold your gas pedal for 10 seconds. And as you guys can kind of hear from the front, you guys will see what kind of comes here. All right, now we're gonna try to start the car. We still have the cap open right there, but we're about to start it. Gonna have my brother be sitting here so he can watch, but here we go. We're about 3, 2, 1. All right, so we are in the car. You guys might not be able to hear much because it is very loud outside. But what you're gonna do to get rid of this 4x4 message here for the traction right there and the yellow brake light up there. So all you have to do is turn your steering wheel all the way to the right. It doesn't actually matter which direction, but you wanna get it all the way to one side. And then you're gonna turn it all the way to the other side until you see the lights disappear. I'll try to get the angle right there as I'm turning it. There we go. The lights are gone. You guys can straighten out your steering wheel just like that. And as you guys can see, absolutely no lights on the dash. Everything's looking good. All right, so it is the next day. Now we are going to start putting together more of the car. We're gonna put the headlights on first today, and then we're gonna move on to some of the smaller bits, and then eventually get to the bumper that we have here. As you guys can see, there are no headlight washer holes. That is because I could not find a bumper for a decent price that had the headlight washer holes, but we have cut them before in order to make them ourselves, so that's what we're gonna be doing. So yeah, let me just set you guys up and you guys will see us working on the car. All right, so since my new headlight does already come with a headlight washer, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one, and then we're gonna start putting on both the headlights with the headlight bracket, so you guys will see that. Alright guys, so now when we're gonna do the bumper, before we're gonna put it on, we are going to cut out the headlight washer holes. So now I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we did this. Basically, we took a piece of paper like this. Maybe there's a better method that you guys know, but this is the method that we used. Basically, we took a piece of paper and we aligned it right here along the edge, and we creased the paper so that there was a crease. As you guys can see, the crease right here, which actually went here, here, and then we shined a light so we knew where the headlight washer hole goes, and we kind of creased it there too. And as you guys can see, there was creases here along the way, and we took it to the new bumper, and you guys might not be able to see, it is a little bit dark, but we aligned it and we taped it up on the sides, that way it stays in one place. We used an X-Acto knife to cut the shape out of the paper, and then we Sharpied in between the paper, and we also did a bit of measuring to see whether it'd be the same from here to here on both bumpers, and it seems like it's aligning. Now there may be a better method, but this is the method we're gonna use, and then we're just gonna use this circular little cutter tool to cut this headlight washer hole out, and yeah, I'll let you guys see that process. All right, so it is the next day again. You guys can see we did a bit of work on the car. So yesterday it did get pretty dark, so I wasn't able to record as much as I'd like, but I'm gonna show you guys some of the things we did, give you guys a few tips and tricks, and let you guys see all that. As you guys can see, we actually got the headlights put on. You guys saw that, but we also got the bumper put on now. It's not fully put on. We just got some of the things bolted on, just these 4 screws right here so that they hold it down. And as you guys can see, we also got the headlight washer holes cut like you guys saw last night. And we also put on the headlight washer caps just to make sure all the gaps here are perfect. And then here's this one. You guys can see that one's good as well.
Behind the scenes, POV.
Look at this guy recording behind the scenes. So we also got the air intake on, the air scoop here, all that put back on, the hood's back on, and we actually did do a little bit of aligning off camera because we wanted to get the hood gaps right. If you kind of look, if I put it down right here, you guys can't really tell, but we got the gap on this side and this side perfectly aligned, and then the center is also perfectly aligned. What we're gonna do now in order to be able to take it off for paint once again is we're gonna mark with a Sharpie around the screw washer here in order to know exactly where it needs to go. And then we're gonna do that on both sides. So once we do put the car back together after the paint, it should align perfectly, or just about as perfect as we can get it. And then for the headlight washer holes, I'll show you guys a little bit about how we did it. Here, I'll have my brother take it out. So if you guys can see, we have it. He's gonna take it off. As you guys can see, once the bumper is gonna sit like that, you'll see it's kind of right in the center. We did do a little bit of sanding here. We used some sandpaper, 180, 320, and 400 grit sandpaper, just to kind of smooth out the edges. So during the paint, once we paint it, it's not gonna be all rough or any weird shapes here. And then we also kind of rounded it off, so now it kind of looks more like a professional rounded hole here. And then we did the same thing on the other side. I probably won't pull that one out just because it is pretty hard to get that headlight washer out, as you guys can see. Tomorrow, I believe we're gonna be at the paint shop. You guys will see a little bit of prep work for the bumper, the hood, and we're actually also gonna be painting the side skirt because a few months ago, a garbage truck or something drove by me and like a piece of wood like flew and hit the side of my car right here, and I think it just looks very ugly like this. So we're gonna be removing the side skirts. So now we're gonna go test drive the car. I'm about to start it. We got everything in the front bolted on so that we can test drive it. We're gonna go on a little drive, see how it drives, make sure everything's all good, and then that is gonna be the end of part 4. And tomorrow I will see you guys for part 5. We're gonna start prepping, painting, and finishing off the car. So yeah, let's just go get this car started, give you guys a little cold start. And that is gonna be episode 4 of the rebuild series of my car. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in part 5 that will be dropping in just a few days from this one. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.